Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, we meet again. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing great and doing fine. So in today's video, I want to share to you about how to edit our motion settings in our footage and keyframes. I know, in the last video I said that I want to share to you about masking, right? But it turns out what I really meant was I want to share to you about keyframes. I don't know why I said masking. Maybe because I got confused or something. But don't worry, I will share to you about masking in the next video. So without further ado, let we get started. So what I'm gonna actually do is I want to edit our motion settings in this footage. So the first thing you're gonna do is highlight this footage and go to the effect controls. If you don't have effect controls over here, go to the Windows workspace and reset to save layout. It will eventually appear. So after you click at effect controls, oh, by the way, if it doesn't appear, make sure to highlight it again. So after you click at effect controls, you will see the motion settings of this footage. So the first motion is position, then scale, then rotation, anchor point, and anti-flicker filter. So what is position? The position is the position of your footage, of course. Whether you want to move right or left. If you want drag your footage to the right, just drag it to the right. If you want to move your footage to the left, just drag it to the left. And if you want to reset your position, just press reset. Same thing goes to the here. This is for up and down. If you want to drag your footage to the up, just drag to the left. If you want to drag your footage to the down, just drag to the right. Okay, so reset your footage. Then scale. This is for zoom in your footage or make it bigger, or zoom out or make it smaller. If you want to make it bigger, just drag to the right. The bigger the number, the bigger the footage. If you want to make it smaller, drag it to the left. Okay, make sure you tick this uniform scale, okay? Because if you untick it, it will unsynchronize of the scale. When you move it, it will be like this. We don't want this though, so make sure it always stick. Then rotation, of course, rotation to rotate your footage. And anchor point. Okay, what is an anchor point though? So when I click here, it will appear. So anchor point is the center of our footage. What I meant by center was, when you zoom in your footage, it will focus on the center of your footage. Okay. For example, I zoom in our footage. It will zoom in at our anchor point. Oh, by the way, this circle is our anchor point, okay? Okay, make sure if you want to adjust your anchor point, don't adjust the circle at here. Just adjust at here, okay? So when, for example, I want to zoom in at his hand, so I just adjust at here. Okay, adjust at here, adjust at here. Then I zoom in. Okay. The thing that I don't want you to adjust this circle is because when you adjust it, you cannot reset your anchor point. Okay, let me show you an example. So I move it to the here, right? Maybe to the here. Then I zoom in at here, right? Okay, when I want to reset it to the center of our footage, it cannot be done. See, I press reset, it will go to there. So it's better for you to settings your anchor point at this side, not by moving the circle. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Maybe you can search at other YouTube videos why. Okay, so I'm just back. Okay, so the next settings is anti-flicker filter. Actually, I haven't used this yet, so I don't know what it actually does, but I think we are not using it anyway. So that's it. That's the motion settings. So the next thing that I want to share to you about is keyframe. Okay, what is keyframe? Keyframe, from what my understanding is, the checkpoints of your settings. What I meant by that is, for example, okay, I show you. At here, I want it to be this scale. But then, at here, I want to this footage slowly zoom in to this file. So, how are we gonna do that? With keyframes. Okay? So, at the start of video, this is, for example, okay, let's see.
Okay, lagi sekali.
See, right? From here, it will slowly move to the here. You can also move your footage from here to the left or from here to the right. Okay, let me show you by keyframe our position. Then I move it to the here. This is for example only for you to see it.
Okay, lagi sekali.
Cool, right? Okay. So you see it now how the keyframe works. So basically it just a checkpoint. Okay. Okay, before I explain to you about keyframes, just want you to know that there are two timelines here. The first one is our current timeline at here. The second one is our second timeline at here. So, what is the difference between our main timeline and second timeline? Okay, do you still remember that I said that our timeline is like a house to our videos, right? So, if this timeline is like a house for our footage, then the second timeline is like a room for our footage. Why? Because this timeline is for all the footage without a limit. But this timeline at here is only focused on one footage only. As you can see, I drag to the start, it will be start to the current timeline only. What are we gonna do is we scale it a bit bigger, maybe 120. Okay, then you drag it to the start of your footage. You can drag it here. Okay, I delete this cross dissolve. Okay, highlight your footage. Okay, we drag it all over here. Then you click the stopwatch is our keyframe, and it will appear this symbol. If you want to zoom in, just press plus. It will eventually zoom in. Okay. And if you want to know we are at our checkpoint or our keyframe, make sure it will light a blue. This. So drag it to the left. Okay. Then go to this one and drag it to the right. Okay, so if you play our footage, it will go like this. It will go from left to the right. Okay. And if you want your movement go faster, it quite slow, right? If you want to go faster, just move it closer. The more closer this two keyframe get, the more faster it will get. If you want more faster, just closer. It will go faster. If you want slower, make it far. Okay, how about scale? So scale, okay, I reset. Okay, scale, we want to, from this, we want to slowly zoom in. So what we're gonna do is, you click this toggle animation, the stopwatch symbol, and you see here, right? You drag to the beginning of the video, then you go to the, maybe this side, and you zoom it, maybe 130. Then it will slowly zoom in.
Ok, lagi sekali.
Make sure this symbol, the color is blue. When it's not, we are not at our keyframe. Just move it. Okay, it's blue. Then change it. Maybe I want to go more extreme. Okay, see, right? See, right? Just according to your creativity, just setting however you want. So I'm just back. If you still don't understand, don't worry. You just have to practice. Just use it, just play with it. Eventually you will understand. So to me, why the keyframe is so important? Because the keyframe is one of the most basic one in editing videos. And sometimes if we keyframe our motion, it will bring more livelier to our footage. Our footage will be more interesting and more alive, rather than we does not mess with our motion. Okay. Okay, for example, for this footage.
Okay, pejam.
So this footage is okay, right? It's quite okay. It's quite nice. But if we add our motion to it, our keyframe to it, it will be more interesting and more livelier. So let me show you. So maybe I want to rotate a bit to give a bit balance. Okay, after rotate it, you see this black, right? So we have to scale it a little bit more. Okay, so this is more.
Okay, pejam.
So this is more nice. And if you want it to be more interesting, just add keyframe on it. For example, I want it slowly zoom out. So I drag it to the beginning. So maybe I zoom in about 70. Then I click toggle animation. Then I move all to the end of my video. Then I click 52 perhaps. Okay. So
Okay, pejam.
So that's it, guys, for our video. So if you want to know more about ISRAK and our upcoming videos, just feel freely to subscribe and hit our notification button for more upcoming updates. So inshallah, I will be sharing to you about masking in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.